Hey everyone! Welcome to Update X24H, your go-to channel for the latest news, hottest dramas, breaking stories, and all the buzz from the world of entertainment. We're here to keep you updated, entertained, and always in the loop. Hit that subscribe button and join our growing family, because here at Update X24H, we bring you the news that matters, the drama you love, and the stories you can't miss. Thanks for being part of our community. Let's stay connected, stay updated, and keep the good vibes rolling.
What if a single, quiet moment behind the cameras could shift the entire atmosphere of an online fandom overnight? Not through scandal, not through controversy, but through something far more subtle, something almost invisible unless you are paying close attention to the rhythm of life on a busy film set. In the world of modern Chinese entertainment, where schedules stretch late into the night and productions often run under intense pressure, even the smallest gesture can begin to carry a weight far greater than expected. Recently, within online fan communities, a gentle wave of discussion began circulating around Zhao Lusi and Liu Yuning, suggesting a possible behind-the-scenes moment during a demanding filming period. According to these online conversations, there may have been a quiet exchange of care in the form of late-night food sent during exhausting production hours. There has been no official confirmation of this, and it remains entirely within the realm of fan interpretation and circulating discussion. Yet the emotional response it triggered has been remarkably real. Because sometimes it is not the certainty of a story that captures attention, but the feeling it leaves behind. The idea of warmth existing quietly in a world that often feels rushed and demanding, and the possibility that kindness can appear in the most ordinary of actions, even in the middle of an intense filming schedule where every hour matters and every moment of rest is precious. In the center of this conversation stand two well-known figures in the entertainment landscape, Zhao Lusi and Liu Yuning, both of whom have built their careers through different paths, yet share a similar connection with audiences through their expressive performances and strong screen presence. Zhao Lusi is often associated with a bright, approachable energy that resonates naturally with viewers, a sense of ease that makes her roles feel relatable and emotionally accessible. Liu Yuning, on the other hand, has developed a reputation for grounded intensity, bringing emotional depth and sincerity into his performances, often portraying characters that carry both strength and vulnerability. When discussions place them within the same frame, it is not necessarily about confirmed events or defined relationships, but rather about the chemistry perceived by audiences, the small interactions, the subtle comfort in shared scenes, and the natural flow that fans sometimes interpret as something more emotionally resonant than scripted dialogue alone. The filming environment itself adds another layer to this narrative. Anyone familiar with drama production understands that what appears polished and effortless on screen is often the result of long, demanding hours behind the scenes. Early call times, repeated takes, weather changes, emotional scenes that require deep focus, and schedules that extend late into the night are all part of the unseen structure behind every episode. In such an environment, even simple acts of consideration, such as offering food, checking on a colleague's well-being, or acknowledging exhaustion, can feel meaningful in ways that extend beyond their immediate function. Within fan discussions, this is where the imagined moment gains emotional significance, not because it changes the story of a drama, but because it reflects something universally understood: the human need to be seen and supported, even in the smallest ways, during moments of fatigue and pressure. As this narrative circulated online, it did not emerge as a definitive claim, but rather as a shared emotional interpretation among fans who closely follow behind-the-scenes updates and subtle interactions. In fandom culture, these interpretations often become spaces where imagination and observation meet, creating a form of collective storytelling that exists parallel to official media releases. Fans begin to connect dots that are sometimes intentionally minimal, reading meaning into timing, expressions, or reported moments of interaction. This does not necessarily aim to replace reality, but to enhance emotional engagement with the artists they admire. In the case of Zhao Lusi and Liu Yuning, the idea of a quiet, considerate gesture during a demanding production period resonated strongly because it aligned with a broader emotional expectation that audiences often hold toward public figures they feel connected to. The hope that behind fame and professionalism, there is still space for simple human kindness. It is also important to understand how modern audiences engage with entertainment content. In an era of constant information flow, viewers are not only consuming finished works, such as dramas or films, but also participating in ongoing narratives that extend into social media, interviews, and fan communities. Every small detail can become part of a larger emotional experience. When a story, even one unconfirmed, reflects values such as care, warmth, and mutual support, it tends to travel quickly across platforms because it offers something comforting in contrast to the often fast-paced and competitive nature of digital spaces. People are not only reacting to the idea of celebrity interaction, but also to what that interaction symbolically represents: connection, empathy, and quiet understanding in environments that are often perceived as demanding. Within these discussions, another layer emerges, one that reflects the emotional structure of fandom itself. Fans are not simply passive observers, they are active participants in meaning-making. They gather fragments of information, interpret them through personal, emotional frameworks, and share those interpretations within communities that reinforce shared feelings. This is why even a small suggestion of kindness between two well-known figures can grow into a widely discussed topic. It becomes less about verifying an event and more about experiencing the emotional atmosphere it creates. The idea of someone remembering another person's exhaustion, even in a subtle way, like sending food during a late-night shoot, becomes a symbol of care that resonates far beyond the original context. As the conversation continues to circulate, it also reflects a broader shift in what audiences seek from entertainment today. While large-scale productions, visual effects, and complex storytelling remain important, there is an increasing appreciation for emotional authenticity, or at least the perception of it. Viewers often gravitate toward moments that feel grounded, human, and relatable. This does not mean that audiences expect celebrities to reveal their private lives, but rather that they appreciate narratives that remind them of shared humanity, especially in industries that can sometimes feel distant or highly polished. In this sense, the discussion around Zhao Lusi and Liu Yuning becomes part of a larger cultural pattern where kindness, whether observed, imagined, or interpreted, holds a strong emotional value. Interestingly, the timing of such discussions also contributes to their impact. When a drama project is in production or anticipation phase, audiences naturally become more attentive to every piece of related information. Even minor updates can take on heightened significance because they are connected to a future story that viewers are already emotionally invested in. This anticipation creates a fertile environment for conversation, where imagination and expectation blend together. In such moments, even unverified narratives can gain traction, not because they are treated as facts, but because they enrich the emotional experience of waiting and following a project's development. At its core, what makes this type of story resonate is not the specificity of the event, but the emotional idea it represents. The thought that amidst long hours, demanding scenes, and professional pressure, there might still be space for gentle consideration between colleagues touches something deeply familiar in everyday life. Many people understand the feeling of exhaustion, the value of small gestures, and the comfort of being acknowledged when energy is low. This shared understanding is what allows such stories to spread quickly across communities, because they reflect not only celebrity culture, but also everyday emotional reality. As conversations continue to unfold across fan spaces, one thing becomes clear. Audiences are increasingly drawn not just to what is visible on screen, but to the emotional narratives they believe exist behind it. Whether or not every detail is confirmed is often less important than the feeling the story creates. And in this case, that feeling is gentle, reflective, and quietly uplifting, reminding viewers that even in structured, high-pressure environments, moments of warmth can still be imagined, appreciated, and shared. And now, as this discussion continues to travel through online communities, it naturally leaves us with a simple reflection. Why do these quiet, unconfirmed moments of perceived kindness resonate so deeply with audiences around the world? And what is it about the idea of small gestures in demanding environments that makes them so emotionally powerful in the first place? If you find value in these kinds of gentle, human-centered stories from the world of entertainment, and if you enjoy exploring the emotional layers behind what fans are discussing online, then consider staying connected with Update X 24 hours. Your support helps us continue sharing thoughtful narratives that focus not only on events, but also on the feelings and connections that surround them. Thank you for spending your time with us today. We truly appreciate your presence, and we look forward to bringing you more engaging stories that explore the softer, more human side of the entertainment world in future updates.